Welcome, everyone, to Aquarian Anarchy. I am Chad. This is our quote for today. It is John Locke. Every man has property in his own person, being all equal and independent. No one ought to harm another in his life, health, liberty, or possessions. And I know nobody's going to even try to harm the life, liberty, or possessions of this man. He is the, I don't know, what you have so many different nicknames that you have chosen for yourself. I'm just going to call you Quincy. What's up, Quincy? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. How y'all doing, man? Thanks for having me on, you know what I mean? Appreciate you.
Excellent, bro. You see Marcus down below and Nicco as well. We are more than pleased to have you here with us. Let's get right into it. There are trucker convoys all over the globe. Is this shit coming to the U.S.? We gonna have a bunch of, and are you gonna participate if something like that happens?
You want my honest opinion, man? I don't think it's going to happen here. I think the trucking situations are different in Canada. Which again, shout out to all the Canadians up there, all the truckers out there in Hong Kong, doing your thing. Mm-hmm. I don't think that brotherhood is here in America with regards to a trucker convoy. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And just, I don't know. It's like you might have, say, like 1,000 or even 5,000 owner operators that don't work for a company. Yeah, they might go on strike. But I can say right now, I know people who work at trucking companies that have flat out been told, if you even think about going on a convoy, we'll fire your ass so damn quick. You know what I mean? Which is kind of effed up. Also, I don't think it'll be a convoy over here just because, Congress isn't that stupid to mess with the truckers, because even they know we are the backbone of America, and that's no disrespect to any other profession out here at all. But trucking really is the backbone of America more than agriculture and manufacturing, because no matter what you build, what you grow, you still gotta get it from the warehouse to the farm to the store.
Shit gotta go somewhere.
Yeah, and the best way to do that is
y'all move the weight
in the back of a truck. So I don't think it's coming here. Two, if it did, it would be nowhere near the scale of what it is around the world. And thirdly, would I participate in it? I'm a greedy capitalist pig, so I just gotta say no. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being totally honest with y'all. I'm gonna get this money. I'm playing catch up. I screwed up my teens, 20s, and 30s. I'm in my 40s. Pay me, homie. Matter of fact, the price just went up. If there is a convoy, the price just went up 30%. Let's go.
I feel that.
So let's dig right into that, because that's kind of one of the things that I wanted to talk to you about, and I think Nicco as well, is this idea of like you're one of those, I don't know, American stories of like sort of rags to riches. Like what you've talked about it before, that you went from being homeless to being like
comfortable.
Comfortable.
I went from homeless to comfortable. I am proof positive that you can fuck up. Sorry for cursing. Wait, is that cool?
You can fucking say anything you like.
Yeah, you can say whatever you want. It's an anarchist podcast, man.
Fair enough. I am proof positive that you can fuck up, and fuck up some more, and then have a chance to hard do a 180 and completely revamp yourself. I'm not saying that to brag. I'm just saying that as a matter of fact. I'm up to 20 push-ups a day. And you know what I'm saying? I got my life right. I ain't sleeping on nobody's couches or park bench anymore. It can be done. You know, I ain't saying it's gonna be easy, but you do it anyway. You know.
Sure.
You got to. One of my questions for you was what is like one of the biggest takeaways of, even though you fucked up, and you're able to switch it around, it's like, what was a catalyst for you?
What was the catalyst? One, I didn't think I would make it this damn far, and I'm just like, okay, I'm here now, and all I got to show for it is a bag of clothes and an old dusty toothbrush. That's not good enough. You know, I mean, 65 is right around the corner. I'll be 46 next month. You know what I mean? So I'm planning for the future. My takeaways from it, the two biggest ones I can say, which is going to sound like a contradiction, but they're really not. The first one is going to be, and this is for you young folk out there, if you are going to fuck up, get it out the way early, okay? Because I can tell you right now, from personal experience, the older you get, the harder it takes to recover from a fuck up. Lord have mercy.
It's just like your body, man. It's just like your body.
I know about
the
that.
elasticity ain't there.
Right.
Man, listen, bro. For real, bro. For real. Like that first time I did, 5 push, I'm just like, oh man. Number 2, which again, it may sound like a contradiction, but it really ain't. It's never too late to unfuck yourself. Ever. Never too late.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? There are cats older than me that are starting over and putting foot to ass, you know what I'm saying? For real.
Right. And I think that that's, what sets some of us like yourself and like the three of us apart from the standard people. We're looking at what we fucked up and going, all right, I ain't doing that shit again. Fuck all that. Like somebody came to me a few years ago and was like, here, man, try some ecstasy. And I'm like, go fuck yourself. No, no, I have done plenty of drugs in my life. I know the drugs, what they do. I am not trying a new one. No.
You have your favorites already. You're kind of set in your ways. You're like an old man.
Good Lord, I feel that. I was up in Boulder. Hey, man, you want to do a line of coke? I got the best coke you ever gonna taste. I'm like, no, you don't. No, you don't. Shut up. First off, you're in Colorado. This shit probably been stepped on twice. By the time we got here, your guy probably got the my guy. Relax, okay?
Sure.
Secondly, I'm 42. At the time, I'm 42. I ain't doing none of that no more, man. I'm good. No thanks.
Right. So you've had, being that you've kind of gotten the opportunity to travel and shit like that. What's kind of the strangest shit you've seen in your travels?
Well, the strangest thing I can't really say that story.
The one that you can say.
Okay.
Legally.
The one that I can say. If you're on I-80 in Nevada between exits, let's say 125 and 151, it's going to be on the east side of I-80, middle of nowhere. All of a sudden, boom, there's this historical site that looks like something that, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre happened at. Wow. It is an old Indian structure covered in various animal bones. Okay. I always get a headache when I drive by it. My radio starts acting funny, and this is Sirius XM, which is supposed to get anywhere. I wouldn't be surprised if some people got, sacrificed there back in the day, man. That's it is some wild stuff. You definitely see some wild stuff driving out in Cali, in particular the LA area, man. Like you gotta have their head on a swivel, baby, because you make a wrong turn. And here's one. Who remembers Snoop Dogg's first video when he was up on the record store back in the day?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I remember the video.
Well, I took a wrong turn down there, got lost, wound up in Long Beach, and I'm like trying to find a street where I can make a freaking U-turn at. I hit a left turn, and I swear there's about 50, 60 Crips out there.
Oh, shit.
Cripping. I'm like, fuck. But I was just like, let's see what we can do. But they was cool. It's like, what happened, man? Like, yo, man, I got lost, you know what I'm saying? And they actually, stopped the traffic, you know what I'm saying? And got enough space for me to do the wickedest 3-point turn you ever seen in your entire damn life. I got the hell up out of there, man. Chuck to do something to him and left. I got to go.
Right. I'll tell you what. I drove a school bus for years, and I had to do 3-point turns in that thing. I can't fucking imagine trying to do that with a trailer. Fuck that.
Man, listen. I've done some tight turns. I'm just like, boy, I can't believe that happened. But I did it. I didn't break anything. My trailer looked like a capital L, but damn it, let's go.
Right.
Have you ever so you've never had an accident like
Yes, I have.
oh you have?
But I've had two. I was not at fault for either one of them. The
that's
first
good.
one was in Vegas, coming down, going up I-15 north on my way back to Denver. My transmission was effed up. I couldn't get on a third gear. I couldn't get over 12 miles an hour. I get over in the freaking slow lane. And it's like 11:30 on a Thursday night, so I'm just like, okay, I don't know much about the Vegas Strip, but I'm pretty sure at this time of night, a truck ain't gonna fit down there. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm just like, okay, there's no shoulder. I'm about 9 miles from this big old truck stop. Keep going. I got my flashes on and everything. I get the exit before the truck stop, and I felt something. You know what I'm saying? For me, it felt like, I ran over a tire short or something. I look in my mirror, and there's this car in the back just spinning like crazy. It's like, fuck. So I found out Numbnuts was on his damn phone, texting, not seeing that, there's this slow truck in front of him, and hit the brakes and everything, and he
Oh shit!
flipped my back bumper with his car and spun around and everything like that.
Wow.
Nuts.
How fast was he going when he hit you?
Let's see, the speed limit was 65 then. So yeah, you got to be about 65.
Damn.
Yeah.
Nice.
But again, I was not at fault. The other one, it was a fatality involved, but again, not my fault. They hit me on purpose to take their own life, which is kind of
Oh god, man, that's
yeah, man. I was up in Missouri,
shit,
Montana, and I'm going eastbound. They're going westbound, and I see them like take the median to make a U-turn. I ain't think none of it because people do that all the time, which I wish I would stop doing that or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But in the time it took me to realize he's going way too fast to make U-turn, we hit. And it's an 80 mile an hour speed limit up there. I was doing 70 because that's what my cruise was set at. Neither one of us hit our brakes. You know what I'm saying? I remember point of impact. Next thing I know, I'm tipped over in the snow.
Damn.
Yeah, dude, it was rough, man. It was rough out there.
You were okay? No, you didn't have anything.
You know what? I was the only one to walk away. The driver, he didn't make it. I saw him. It was, his head was pretty much like severed off.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? He had a passenger in the truck with him. He's alive, but he's going to be wheelchair bound. And the only thing I had on me was like my left knee it still hurts from time to time because it was wedged underneath the dashboard. But other than that, no scratches.
Wow. God was looking out for you.
That's a blessing.
Yeah. It did make me a believer after that. Ooh, wait. Shout out to Freightliner for making a damn sturdy truck because seriously, dude, it was a Dodge Ram that hit me and it took out the whole
That's a big truck.
When he hit me. Yeah.
Oof.
So talking about God, where's your heart at, man? Where's that at? What kind of beliefs do you have? Are you Christian? Are you pagan, atheist? What are you?
Well, after that accident, I'm just like, look here, God, I will never doubt your existence again. You know what I mean? Because that was a miracle. Because had he hit me like another foot further down my truck, he would hit the fuel tanks and just kaboom. You know what I mean? So I remember, I made it got out of there, went to the hospital, and I got back on Twitter and thank God that I was alive. And boy, them atheists was on my ass for weeks behind that. Which, you want to be atheist, okay, cool, but don't be an asshole about it. Like, and it's same goes for every other religion. Like, you want to believe in God or
exactly
paganism, cool, but don't be an asshole about it. Again, do I believe it is a God? Yes. Do I believe in miracles? Yes. I have a Holy Quran and a Bible and the truck and everything, and I read both. I don't really follow a denomination per se. I like to take a little bit from all religions and go from there.
Awesome.
Where'd you start your spirit, or did you have a startup in spirituality and or religion as a younger?
Yeah, my mother was a holy roller, man. She rest in peace. She was a holy roller, man. Like my mother pretty much had run rule when I said it was like, look, I don't care what you do Monday through Saturday, but Sunday your ass belongs to me. Okay. I remember I was working an overnight shift Saturday night from like 11 to 7 in the morning. So like, oh, you think you slick, huh? Your black ass still going to church, boy. She's like, yeah, she's like, I don't care if you get ran over by a herd of stampeding buffalo. Your ass will be firmly planted in a pew of my choosing Sunday all day. And she meant every single word of it.
And to pay you back, God was looking out for you that day.
Right.
All that Sunday school paid off.
Your mom was helping you out. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, they talk about conversion by sword point. You got conversion by mom pointing.
Pretty much. And worse, you didn't fall asleep, man, because she'll like come through. Nigga, wake up. Like, I don't mind. Like, I just did a 9-hour shift overnight. Like, leave me alone, trying to sleep. You know, I was trying to doze off and catch an elbow in the rib cage. Like, I said, wake up.
My dad's mom, my grandmother, she used to take this knuckle and just on the top of your head, and just like whack you. It'd be sometimes it'd be like you go by and she just hit you and you're like, I didn't do anything. She's like, I know you did something before and you got away with it.
Right?
Like, God,
that's abuse. That's abuse.
That's why I hit you.
Would you
I
say
said that's abuse? Oh no, my bad.
Hey, you know what? They know it's abuse. They don't care what they're gonna do.
Why are you getting mad at me for your failure in teachings? Okay, don't get mad at me.
Hey man, my mother was like, look here, man. You can go try to be she want you. I'll kick their ass too.
Right. Same. I got a daughter. I'm about your age, and I've got a daughter that is currently almost 30, and she. One time, you know, we were in the house arguing about some shit, and she looked at me and she was like, I'll call the welfare on you. I said, oh, really? She had a jacket on. I ripped that fucking jacket off, pulled her, kicked her ass out into the snow and said, all right, walk into town. At least you'll have fucking something to tell them.
Man, I tried that. Like, I'm going to call the law. She's like, you got to make it to that goddamn phone first, boy. And if you make it to the phone, how you gonna die with broken fingers? Like,
oh shit!
All right, yeah. Listen, my mother did not mess around. I was purely raised on freaking tough love. You know, when I was 16, her birthday gift to me was a job application.
Oh,
she said, congratulations, you're grown now, so go get a job, and I'm charging you rent.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah,
that's awesome.
She's like, every check, I'm taking something. And I was like, I don't care if it's 5 cents, I'm taking 2 cents. If you don't like it, you have to stay out.
Damn, she's charging you 40%. Damn. But all right, so look, so obviously that raised you with a certain level of toughness, right? So I want to talk about like
work ethic, all that, yeah.
Yeah, so because you've talked about this a bunch of times, you know, on different streams and even in your own personal stuff with your Twitter, your 3 different or 4 or I don't know how many it is at this point, different Twitter accounts that you've had to go through.
This is number 12. This is number 12 right here.
God, 12.
Yeah. Here's the thing. People don't like when somebody like me talk the way that I talk.
Yeah.
There's still a bunch of people who think that I'm not real. They think that I'm a bot. Yeah. Because they're like, there's no way a black guy could talk like that. Well, bitch, here I am, you know?
Right. and the saddest part is that the last Twitter account that you had was the one that got retweeted by Marjorie Taylor Greene before she got her account suspended.
Lord, listen, that day will live in infamy, bro. Like,
that was the best day ever.
I was bullshitting. I was in Peru, Illinois, at a Shop Brothers truck stop. I sent that tweet, went inside, took a dump, got some sausage on a stick, come back, look at my phone, just like, there goes my
mentions out the ass.
I had to put out a tweet like, guys, my phone is smoking. Stop tweeting me, please. My phone is hot to the touch. Okay, like
I was just waiting. I was just waiting for all of her followers to scroll down your timeline a little bit.
They did. They did.
Because there's that one where you're between two cheeks like this. You're just like,
yep. Just straight up eating ass with the thumbs up, like I don't give a fuck. Joe did. And we'll do that again in the future. You know?
Nice.
I remember somebody that girl's ass. Like, first of all, you don't know whose ass it is. It's just a random ass.
It's a random ass. Right.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, you don't want to see us out that much to find out whose ass it is. Like, come on now.
That's awesome.
So obviously that probably helped you to develop a solid immune system, but also like the immune system.
True statement.
You don't worry about COVID. You can. I've had Susie in a truck stop multiple times. You think I care about COVID? COVID should be scared of me.
No shit. Hey, look, man. I'm not a truck driver, but I drive all over the place. Everywhere I go, like I put 100,000 miles on my vehicle in 2 years, and I don't, and that's light work for you guys. But I'm in truck stops like multiple times a week. And
Chad just that
that's right.
Coordinator.
That's right. I love it. That's beautiful.
Like matching flags in your background, almost, man.
Oh yeah, I'll do the Marcus. Marcus most definitely.
Yeah, Marcus is the man. Marcus puts all this shit up. Yeah, look, we can hook you up with the
definitely
nice,
need
nice
that Hotep Nation flag in the background, man, because I'm gonna be back on the road in about 2 weeks, and I'm changing up the whole game. Which I'm gonna say this now, for all you lazy truck drivers out there, for all you steering wheel holders, get your money now. Get your money now, because I swear to God, when I get back in the road, it ain't safe for none of you niggas. Like, it ain't safe, bro. It ain't safe. Okay, I'm putting these fat pork laden fingers on every damn coin I can get. Get ready to get left. Pick one.
Nice.
All right, hey, dude.
So real quick, Chad. Get me your address and shit once we get off of here. In the next month or so, I'll send you that one of those Hotep Nation backdrops.
Hey, if you want, you talking about my address?
If you got your own, if you got your own kind of shit or whatever, we could. Anyway,
for sure.
We'll talk to you. We'll get it set up. Yeah,
make that happen.
But for sure, Marcus, he did one for Jonesy with Wasted Talent and everything. And anyway, speaking of which, I got to talk to you about that. But he's got a Raiders thing that he's doing now. So
shout out to Wasted Talent.
Shout out to Jonesy. Shout out to Jonesy. Yeah. Sure. So Jonesy and I talked a while back about like if the world does ever descend into like full on anarchy, like you're like the poster child for what like the warlord, like you're gonna have like you're gonna be sitting on a throne, all the women are gonna be lined up on either side and everything, and you'll be smoking in one hand and
looking
and
like Genghis
in
Khan.
the other hand, something like that, like Genghis Khan. Exactly right. That's right.
No, we taking this back to like Mad Max days.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Look, bro. Like I've said it so many times that truck drivers are the salt of the earth. Like this, I remember there were some people giving you some shit about like somebody even like called you a loser or something like that for being a truck driver or something like that. I'm like, bro,
you know what?
Y'all don't have any. Y'all don't have any damn clue.
Drivers, do it.
I'm not even saying
to do it for a week. Do it for 72 hours and then get back at me. Okay?
Y'all
get back at me. I guarantee you inside of 12 hours, they're going to be crying.
I was going to say, try to stay awake for one haul. Try to stay awake for one haul.
Quincy, what's your viewpoint on like automated trucks?
Thank you. Thank you for saying
I want to see.
Let me get a shot of this one. Hold on.
Well, he threw it all the way back.
I'm gonna go with you. Got the gin
here's
and tonic
my
and
thoughts about automated trucks. Pay attention, y'all. Anybody, and I mean anybody, that wants to debate about that, please hit me up, and I will embarrass you in a respectable way. Automated trucks will never be the future, ever, ever, ever for a variety of reasons. Okay, there's always going to be at least one human in the truck at all times.
Right,
Our
or
job may
technician.
change from driver to babysitter, but again,
Mm.
there's going to be a human in the truck for a variety of reasons. But I'll just give the two biggest ones, and I keep saying this because it's true: terrorists and unions. Just for those two reasons alone, there's going to be a human in the truck. Work with me now. With these terrorist sons of bitches, it's well known that you can hack phones, drones, computers, and in some cases, cars. We put the word on the street that we got trucks on the road with nobody in them. What's to stop when these ISIS sons of bitches or lone wolf son bitch from overriding a freaking diesel tanker loaded up with jet fuel and slamming into a school or a concert or some other place? The humans are fail safe. Yes, I know there have been trucking attacks throughout the world. It really doesn't happen here. It really doesn't. Because again, that human is the fail safe. Okay. Number two, the unions. I can't speak for public sector unions, but private sector unions have been losing membership since the days of Reagan. And one of the few places they still have a foothold in, and even then, that's in, say, New York and LA, is the trucking industry. If there isn't a human in the truck, then that's one less person paying union dues. The union's not going to stand by and let you take money out their pocket. Nah, it's not going to happen. You know what I mean? So that alone, just on those two reasons, but there's a whole lot of other reasons pertaining to the truck that you need a human in there, and for whatever it costs to put a computer system in so that a human could do it. I mean, so that a computer could do it, it would be cheaper to keep in that human. Because at the end of the day, these trucking companies are about making a profit. Okay, that technology is going to be so expensive, not everybody's going to be able to afford it. You know what I'm saying? And the ones that can, Swift, JB Western Express, they're not going to shoot their whole wad switching over, you know what I'm saying, to automate it. First of all, it's going to be a jobs killer, you know what I mean? Because now you don't need a human, so that's one less job. Like, nah, it ain't happening. It may happen for cars, and even then, I'm just like, But
I don't want to give up the fucking wheel. I don't want to give up the wheel.
Yeah, I don't want to give up.
I like
this here. Would y'all feel comfortable with y'all kids driving on the road next to an 80,000 pound truck with nobody in it?
Nope.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah. Not only that, but like just the stuff that you talked about, like negotiating some of those mishaps. Like what happens when the fuel line plugs or the brake line mess or you lose something in your transmission where you can't get out of third gear or whatever the case may be, you know, like whatever it is, like all that shit, you can't, there's certain things that you can try as best you can to automate it, but ultimately you're automating human input from all of this past data that they have accrued in their brains, and you're putting it in there and hoping that that's all that you experience going forward. But the reality of the matter is, going forward, there's going to be some unforeseen shit that is going to pop up. Marcus, you got something?
One of the things I wanted to also comment with that is I don't want to give up my steering wheel. You know, I like being in control of what I'm doing. And, you know, I think that going forward, that's a good idea. I think that automation can be really good, and you can set it. Like if instead of getting an Uber once you're shit faced, you could set your car, drive me the fuck home. You know, so
you know, not only that, make it so that, you know, make the voice command while you're drunk, so that if you're drunk, your Uber can still recognize your voice, like, "Hey, you Sean, man, take me to the Waffle House," or something like that. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, think about it. We worked, you know, with a campaign that talked about a lot of technical stuff, you know, and one of the things that I think this automated stuff helps with is, I think it was I don't remember the exact statistic, but it was like 65% of police interactions start with them pulling you over. And imagine if they pull you over, you're in the passenger seat just fucking baked. They can't do a fucking thing. I ain't driving. Go check yourself.
Right?
You know?
It's not damn Windows 95. It's that Windows 95 stuff. I'm just sitting there drinking the drink, man.
Right. Fucking car. That motherfucker went too fast, didn't it?
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Who you gonna write the speeding ticket to? I'm gonna pass you the seat. Go away.
Oh shoot.
And plus,
there is
nobody
a
talks about
liability
the fact
issue
that-
too with that though.
What?
Because like I said, there is a liability issue with that too. Because like there's certain things where, all right, if I'm driving, but then something mechanical fails in the car. Okay, well then I have like something, and it can be looked at, it can be investigated, and they can figure out, okay, no, look, he tried, but the brake line was severed, and he didn't have any brake fluid, and the hydraulic brakes were not going to depress, and he was not going to be able to stop. So this isn't his fault. He threw the emergency brake, once he realized that, and it was still too late. Whatever, blah blah blah. Something like that happens with a vehicle.
That came out of Mountain Pass. You talking about him?
I'm just saying for whatever. I'm just saying, like, as soon as you move it to the point where all of that stuff is automated, then every single accident that happens is going to be the responsibility of the vehicle manufacturer. You know what I'm saying? It starts to get weird at that point when there's some.
It is weird because think
some
about
like
it.
that, and some that are
automated. Right. Anything that can be automated can be controlled remotely. Like, you really want to put your life.
That's why I never fucked with OnStar. I never fucked with OnStar because I never wanted them to have the ability to shut my shit off, because I know that if they can start my car up for me and unlock my car for me, they can shut my car off while I'm driving.
Yeah, that's what made me very, very worrisome of getting a Tesla. Like, oh, I'm really like, man, Elon, if you weren't creating the Netsky, I'd be so okay with getting a Tesla. But since you are a maniacal billionaire genius, I am going to just be like, nah.
Right now, I'm not trusting Elon Musk at all. Okay, I'm thinking one day you're gonna turn on your TV, your smartphone, and he's gonna be sitting up there in some lair with a hairless cat, like, you bitches belong to me now. I got some powers, I got some computers,
with your Neuralink brain.
I got bank accounts. You're done for.
Right, for sure. So talking about the future, man, you see a lot of the country. Based on what you see, do you think we're moving positively? I mean, overall, I know COVID has sucked. Or are you hopeful, or are you discouraged?
Not for me. That being something heartless. I'll just say that because y'all kept buying up all the fucking toilet paper, which God bless you, keep buying it. I don't know who told you to do all that, but keep doing it, because that's just making me work more and more and more. Honestly, I think this country, just like the rest of the world, it moves in ebbs and flows. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. Right now, we're in the downtime. Give it about another 6 months, a year, maybe 18 months, we'll be riding high on the hog again. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've noticed that even before I was truck driving. Like, yeah, man, it's just this whole thing is just a series of ebbs and flows. You know what I'm saying? Right now we're at low tide. You know what I'm saying? And pretty soon we'll be freaking back up again. You know what I'm saying? I fully, wholeheartedly believe that, because they can't hold the lockdown forever, because even they know, like, yeah, people will start fucking shit up. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you try to keep this going for the next 5 years, there's gonna be people waiting outside for you by your house. You know what I'm saying? And they know that. They know that. You know what I'm saying? Like, finally, people are really starting to come around, like, yo, we really didn't have to do all this, you know what I'm saying, to be safe, you know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, shit, Johns Hopkins came out with a study, and they've been one of, like, the leading science-based sources of all the policies and shit. They came out with a study, said that they had a 0.2% impact on mortality with all the lockdowns. It's like, Y'all
That's
ruined
crazy.
everybody's lives for like 6 months for a 0.2% change.
Man, I'll be
Hey,
honest.
that was somebody's grandmother.
Man.
Take it back.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, what now?
I
No,
said that was
Nicco's-
somebody's grandmother. Take it
It
back.
was like one person. Yeah, it's like
Lord have mercy.
you can't even. Anyway, we're not gonna get into all that. But, yeah.
the freaking first 6 months of COVID, I'm not gonna lie, dude. I was loving it because everybody was off the roads and traffic was non-existent. I
Yo,
made it from the west side of Houston to the east side of Houston in 20 minutes at 5 o'clock on
It
a
was
Wednesday
wild.
afternoon.
Bro, it was so wild.
Normally that's a freaking 2-hour drive.
Yes.
I did it in 20 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
It's like-
it was crazy. There
It was
was
crazy. And like
there was
truck
there was
drivers were
Quincy
making
and
money.
me on the road, and that was it.
Yeah.
Because I work in the paper industry, and so like I had to go help them make the boxes to ship the toilet paper in, and also the toilet paper. So it was like,
Bruh,
you know, and
I
y'all
had
were
to get
shipping
my
it.
toilet paper from freaking Pakistan. Straight up. I'm not even kidding, bro. I
He
know
opened
a
the
guy.
package and goes.
Listen,
Oh my
I know a guy who knows a guy that had a pallet of toilet paper delivered to my crib. You know, well, the crib I was at the time. So I remember I was on the road in Washington. My girl was just like, "Baby, yeah, there's these like 6 dudes with funny looking beards just dropped off a pallet. You know what I'm saying? In the backyard." I'm like, well, don't worry, it ain't drugs. You know what I'm saying? It's toilet paper.
It might as well be at that point, though. It was probably more contraband than drugs were at that point. Toilet paper shit.
I will
You're like
admit
plutonium.
that, hey, I will admit that we did sell off a couple cases of toilet paper at $200 a case. You know,
Oh, wait. Quick
I
question.
will
though.
admit that. Hey, you know what? The price is the price, baby. The price is the price. Okay.
You want to wipe your ass?
Yesterday's price
Run this
it's
200.
not today's price. Okay.
So, like, how was the quality of the toilet paper? Like, it's not American.
It was good. I paid extra.
Would you still eat an ass after it got wiped with that toilet paper? That's the question.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Nice.
I had to
It
ask.
was
I
two
mean,
ply. It was two ply. It was two ply, man.
Two ply.
I don't know how that dude found it. Don't want to know how he found it. It's none of my damn business.
Do you still have a plug? Like, can I get into networks with? Does he make it
I
to
mean,
Chicago?
if you-
Like,
Listen, if you really want a pallet of toilet paper, talk to me when these cameras is off, and we'll do it. Okay.
See, we're talking about ass, and Nicco brings up plugs. I'm like, that is an enormous pause.
oh wait,
where's
no.
my-
See,
hang on,
Marcus,
hang on.
let me put you privy to the game. A plug as in an outlet. Come on now, fam.
Yeah,
We all
I
need
knew
plugs.
what you meant, but it was still funny. Marcus's cluelessness is always funny. So that
Oh,
was,
my bad about the anal plug joke. I didn't mean to take it.
no, but for real, like it was crazy. There's a spot coming into Baton Rouge where like you get to it at a certain time of day, and it's an hour and a half drive to my house.
Yep.
And I remember I screenshot it. I sent it to a dude that I work with because he makes that same commute sometimes. I sent him the picture of like where I was and what my GPS said, and it was 15 minutes from that. It was like 4:45 in the afternoon, and it was a 15-minute drive to my house. And I was like, look, this is normally like it tells me it's going to be 6:30 before I get home. And
Hey, man.
You'll be there by 5.
I have a friend. I ain't gonna say his name, but he owns his own truck, his own trailer, his own authority, and he can pick up his own loads. He was out there tapping pockets, man, charging $10 a mile, and people were gladly paying it. He was popping Adderall like breath mints because he's got an old truck that is not, bound by the electronic logging device.
Damn.
This man was pocketing after taxes, after fuel, after expenses. He was pocketing 13 grand a week.
Oh,
Wow.
And he did that for about a good 15 weeks in a row. It was nuts. Yeah.
That's like damn near retirement money already.
You know what? After that, he was thinking like, you know what? I
like half a
could just
million.
go to Belize and hang out for a year. I'm like, yeah, you could. You can want to be president if you wanted to with all that money you made. Jesus,
right, for sure. But you're right, though.
Not bad. 200K. Still, that's not bad for 3 months, 4 months worth of work. But 200K.
But COVID didn't fuck with me that much either at the beginning, for sure. I worked for a school system and we were off for fucking ever. And
still getting
man,
paid,
I'll
though?
tell you what, still getting paid. Yeah. And I was fucking raking.
Yeah, that's when we were doing all our shows. It was great.
Right. I was fucking baked for like 3 months straight. Just fucking destroyed because I didn't have a fucking thing to do and was still getting paid.
Hey, man. I'm sorry, I did not mean to cut you off, man.
We're interviewing you. Go ahead and speak.
I would say after the first 6 months, if you didn't see COVID for the scam and the great reset that it was, that's on you. Okay, for sure. That's on you. Like I've been saying, I'm gonna keep saying it because it's true. COVID exposed a lot of the so-called smart people, people who was making 150, 200 grand a year, will look down on, the working class and, trucking industry and whatnot. It exposed a lot of them cats. And I'm talking specifically to the parents that relied on the government or school or daycare, church, whatever, to take care of their kids. You might see your kids 4 or 5 hours a day and that's it. Now your kids are home 18 hours a day, 20 hours a day. You don't know what to do. Like I saw endless videos of parents, drugging their kids with melatonin so that they can go to sleep during the day so that they got some peace and quiet. The hell are you doing drugging your fucking kids? You
right. Yeah. That's fucked up.
Cool. They're sleeping. Now they're gonna be up all night because you fucked up the goddamn sleep with them, you dumbasses. It's like, seriously, bro. Like I saw so many people, so many motherfuckers. Like I just don't know what to do with these kids, man. Oh my god, it's like, bitch, you can be a fucking parent and take care of your damn kids. What's wrong with you? You nuts?
Right. It's kind of.
I know people who changed the whole game up during COVID. I know people who was like, you know what? I ain't no job now. Cool. Now I can focus on what I really want to do. I know people who left their shitty job at Applebee's and Hooters or Best Buy or Circuit City, whatever, and just, started doing their own thing and making money hand over fist, not giving a damn about COVID. I know people who have lost weight doing this shit. People, who have got sponsorships doing this shit. What's your excuse? You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying y'all. I'm just saying, what's your excuse on, boy?
Bro, I lost 30 pounds. I was like, I'm gonna we got who knows how long of this shit. I'm gonna take care of myself and get more healthy so that I can stick around and deal with this. And the other thing is too, like my kids, like we didn't drug them to make them give us some peace and quiet. We're like, bro, go outside. Y'all go play. My boys both play basketball. Same. My daughter was a gymnast and everything. And like, just like, y'all go out, y'all go do stuff outside. Y'all go play. My boys went fishing and you know what I mean? Like they went and caught critters and all that kind of shit and played basketball.
Yes,
like kids used to do 30 years ago.
Yeah, that is crazy.
You freaking take it back to the 80s. Go outside, have some fun, be back before dark.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I remember my homie told me, man, I so wish I could work out, but I freaking can't leave the house. Do you got a broomstick? Yeah. You got a trash bag? Yeah. Running water? Yeah. There you go. Okay. Take that broomstick, fill 2 trash bags up with water, tie them in a knot on either side of the broomstick. That's your freaking bench press. That's your dumbbells. All of that.
Or shit, just do push-ups. I mean, you can just do push-ups and air squats and sit-ups.
Or do the jailhouse workout, man.
Yeah.
Go do some burpees or some squats or something like.
It also exposed how how much people lack creativity as well. And like y'all just really showing how brain dead y'all are at this point in time. Because it's like you're complaining about your kids staying in the house too long, but it's like, what did you do as a kid? So go make them do that. or something like that.
Right.
So it's not that hard. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Oh, I'm going to give them the tablet for 20 hours a day. And then next thing you know, your child is cursing up a storm or asking about like some really weird ass questions. You're like, how the fuck did you even come privy to this? And they're like,
hey, man,
my tablet,
I'm
Dad.
not,
like,
there's way too many kids out here being raised by tablets and reaction videos to Minecraft on YouTube. I'm just like, what the hell?
Yep.
First of all, I've seen some of these videos that these kids are watching where these other folks are playing Minecraft. These are grown men shaving their beards and mustaches to look younger, talking the way the kids are like, that's kind of, what the hell? Like,
Right, that's a little weird.
To put in front of your kid, like, okay, I remember, when I was young, it was just like, okay, go to school, take your ass to the library, come back in 6 hours. You know what I mean? For real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, our rule at my house was that when the street lights come on, your ass better be home. Period.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I just stayed in my backyard.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So a while back, I was trying to get to this when we started talking about your immune system and truck stops and everything. But we went off. We got derailed into a beautiful conversation. So I didn't want to stop it because it was going places and I was loving it. But I did want to ask, like, so Nicco kind of hinted at this earlier, but like, as you're like, I don't know, quote unquote, hitting bottom, where you started to make the steps to get where you are today, what was that first step where you said, so like, if you could speak to somebody out there who's like, nah, man, this is it. Like the guy who turned that truck and tried to and used you to end his own life, to a person who's in that spot where they feel like it can't get any worse and it's over for them and it's never going to get any better. What was that step that you took that started you on the path to where you are today with that first step?
My first step started before I even became a truck driver. I had to leave Colorado for the second time with my tail between my legs and no money because I didn't make a plan. And I remember the homie dropped me up at the Greyhound bus station in Pueblo, Colorado. I remember he looked at me. I looked at him. They both started laughing. He's like, when is your black ass to get this shit right? He's like, look, you're freaking 35, man. You have to do something. I don't want to have this conversation with you in another 10 years. And he was right. So from the bus ride from Pueblo, Colorado to Austin, Texas, I sat down and made a 5-year plan and about how to get my life back on track. And it was I was either going to be a welder or a truck driver, have at least $5,000 saved up in the bank, and at least one vehicle in my name. And my plan was, it pretty much broke down to focus on the money, fuck everything else. Fuck them friends that I used to hang out with because all they want to do is smoke weed and cause trouble. I ain't have time for that. I'm like, you about to be 40 soon. So you gotta freaking cut all that shit out. So I went back to Texas, started parking cars and washing dishes and saved my money. And then I had a beautiful opportunity fall into my hands. I don't know if you guys know who Michael Brown is. He was the FEMA secretary or something during the hurricane.
FEMA director. Yeah.
At the time, he ran a radio show in Denver. Yes, he still does. What up, Brownie? Black motherfucker. I freaking called in to his radio show, and he was like, "Hey, is this that BBW from Twitter?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's me." And but long story short, I ended up with free training and a job as a truck driver based on that phone call. And I remember I was like, "Look, dog, you just had a grand opportunity fall into your hands. Do not fuck this up. Do not fuck this up because this might be your one and only last shot." And that's the mindset that I had. And I'll hit 7 years of truck driving next month, and I'm not looking back.
Nice.
That's love. That's love.
Beautiful.
Yeah. It's like even on my bad days of truck driving, I've had some really damn bad days where I'm dealing with 50-mile-an-hour winds or assholes in the warehouse it still beats the hell out of what I was doing beforehand. Because I'm making in a week what I never made in a month. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never made $1,000 in a month before I became a truck driver. And I remember my third check in, and it was like $1,018, and I damn near shit on myself. Like, what the fuck? Like, you can make this type of money for real, for real? Like, yeah, it's I owe it to myself first and foremost. I owe it to the people who had my back when nobody else would. I owe it to them and myself to just be the best person that I can be. You know what I mean? So
For sure.
that is where I'm at.
Awesome. So beyond being a truck driver, you're also involved with kind of talking about freedom and being a member of the freedom movement. How did, obviously there at this point you have your Maj Tourés, you have your, lots of, your Hotep Jesuses, your Niccos, you got the those people.
Jesus, that's the homie.
That's right. That's right. But most of the time it's male white dudes. That's generally who's in the freedom movement most of the time. How did you kind of move towards supporting liberty, supporting freedom?
To be honest with you, I got to give that to Barack Obama. You know what I'm saying? Which may sound weird. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not gonna lie. Before he got in the White House, I was a dyed-in-the-wool Democrat because I didn't know no better. I'm just like, well, my mama vote Democrat, so I'm gonna vote Democrat. You know what I'm saying? And then this dude came around with his old hope and change, and I really thought that things were going to change. Then his black ass got in, it was business as usual. And I'm just like, the fuck? What? I got soda really good. This is bullshit. And I wouldn't, it basically went from Democrat to Republican to Libertarian to hi, Alex Jones. Now it's just like, fuck every single goddamn politician that has ever lived and ever will live. Okay?
Right.
Like, I'm not worried about them. I say it all the time. Put yourself in a position where politics is irrelevant to your day-to-day life. They ain't giving a fuck about you. So why are you giving a fuck about them? Okay? Fuck them. Fuck them in the ear.
Yeah, that's it right there, man. That's it right there.
I always say when people say that, I always say I'd rather not fuck them, but I get what you're saying.
Wear a condom.
Man,
they got some vicious diseases on them. They got some real vicious ones.
Fuck them in the other ear. I will say, I have to give shout out to Alex Jones because had it not been for him, I wouldn't even give a damn about politics. I just moved to Austin right about a month before 9/11, and this is back when he was still doing public access. It was just him on a folding table and a bunch of documents, and
super male mortality.
Boy, listen, man, hold up, man. I went to sleep that Saturday night, and it was showing music videos. And I remember the next afternoon, I was hungover, and there's this fucking white boy screaming about, the Saudi family and Bin Laden and who the fuck is this? Turn the volume down, man. Like, yeah. And I couldn't sleep. We started listening to him, just like, oh, he might be on something. So I started doing my research and everything, and that's my first, crack into like seeing past all the BS about left versus right, because left versus right, it's still, they're both in it together. Yeah. They're both in it together. And quite honestly, I mean, I can make the argument that the way they treated Ross Perot really pulled the covers back on how they work in cahoots to keep the power between themselves. Because Ross Perot scared them. Ross Perot got 20% of the vote. That hasn't happened for a third-party candidate since.
Right.
Because both the SOBs like, look here, man, while we may hate each other, let's work together to make sure that there's possible between me and you. We don't need nobody else up in there. You know what I mean?
For sure.
I got to give it to my dad. My dad actually was one of those people who voted for Ross Perot back in was it 92, when he ran the first time? And he was like hardcore, like on that. Like, he saw, it's crazy because like he later on became more of like a Republican conservative or whatever, but I've started to remind him of some of that stuff over the years and everything. But he saw something he saw something there that he was like, no, fuck both of those guys. I want that guy. And you know, I don't know if it was necessarily from a, you know, deconstruct the system perspective so much as just being disillusioned as to like what the other two represented and brought to the table. But I don't know. He's always had this weird sort of like, there's a little sliver of anarchy in him that has always been there. That like he told me, he's like, why would you want to get a refund back for your taxes? And I was like, because it's better than having to pay them back. And he's like, so you're okay with lending them money without them paying you interest? And I was like, oh fuck, this dude's on something.
Right.
Yeah, just like the whole the stimulus check. I'm like, why are you all happy because Massa is giving you back your money that they never should have taken in the first place? You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I'm not getting hyper. First of all, I'm not getting one. And if I would have, honestly, I would have burned it. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, like once the government touches it, it's blood money. I don't want that. I don't want nothing from the government at all. Not a damn thing. Privatize everything. I don't give a fuck. Privatize everything. And if I hear one more bitch talking about my roads, I swear to God, I'm gonna smack your mother. Seriously. That's like the dumbest argument I've heard in my entire life. Well, the government, we're gonna pay for the roads. You know what? Ask your mother, okay? Right now, just who cares? All right, shit.
For sure.
I've even had people tell me that about lakes and rivers. I'm like, bro, like lakes and rivers existed before the government existed. You realize that, right? Like that ain't what makes them there. And actually, if you look at the most of the abuse that happens to the lakes and the rivers, it's either with the government like giving a wink and a nod to it, or they're actually the perpetrators.
Same goes for education. We didn't have a Department of Education until 1979, and up until then, USA was number one in education. I think now we're like what, number 19 or some shit like that.
Right.
You know, like, yeah, thanks, government. You the best. You know, like, damn, man, it's ridiculous. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say that I am a libertarian or Democrat or Republican. I do identify with the anarchists, though. Shout out to them. I mean, I don't think it's ever gonna be. I don't think it's ever gonna be on a major scale because everybody would have to get involved with it. You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't mind a stateless society. I wouldn't mind that one daggone bit. You know what I mean? Like, we tried everything else. Why not try anarchy? You know what I mean? That is.
Yeah. Nicco, you had a question?
Oh, it's not necessarily a question. Well, no, it is. Hi, everybody in the chat. It's Nicco here. I'd like to present the opportunity for you guys to be able to throw $5. I said it again, $5 into the chat.
$10. Stop being so cheap, y'all. $10 okay? Hey,
Quincy's request.
How about this here? I give you incentive.
We are raising the prices.
Oh shit!
$10, I put my shirt back on, okay? $10, I put my shirt back on. The shirt stays on. How about that? How about that?
You gotta put them up.
There it is. There it is, okay? You want the shirt back on? $10. I'm just trying to help.
Oh god.
For Quincy to put his shirt back on, we require.
Dude, this shit's got to be clipped.
Oh my god.
Just saying, man.
And Quincy will stop
$5
skipping.
left. You can't even buy football for that no more.
It's true though, bro. Like you go to Subway and it's shit got expensive. And you go everywhere.
Give it
like,
up, people.
Bro, look,
Give
I went to buy some hog cracklings for the guys at the paper mill last week. It's $23 a pound for cracklings. It was $8 a pound like 15 years ago.
Jesus.
It's tripled in 15 years.
Wow.
And it's really like gone from like $15 to $23 just in the last 2 years.
I mean, that sucks. That sucks, but I gotta say, the price is the price. You know what I mean? It's like
$10, everybody.
There were days where I couldn't afford, bread and cheese, So now that I can, I'm not tripping on the price no more because I can afford to pay it. And I don't know if that sounds petty or at least whatever, but I remember, I've lived off of mayonnaise and pepper sandwiches for like 6 weeks. So if I have to pay a little bit extra, you know what, all right, fine, whatever. Because I remember days where I couldn't afford it, So, but
no, and I feel you because it is like there's two things can be true at the same time, right? So on the one hand, yes, like we have to act as though those people don't exist and make it. And please, everyone, $10. Act as though $10 is not that much money. So you can put his shirt back on.
You can start the madness with just $10, okay?
I'll tell you, as soon as we get it, I gotta catch my look. Our cash is bio. In the description,
via description
get in
below.
There's a multitude of ways. You can go to our Patreon. That is also in the description below, and sign up there. Marcus, let us know if anybody signs up, so Quincy can. I know it's cold wherever he is, so it's I don't want his nipples to get too hard. But anyway,
for those who have touch screens and Quincy's.
So back to my point. So on the one hand, yes, like you got to get your own bread up, right? Because like at some point, like you're responsible for this shit. And you have to act as if those people don't exist because they act like you don't exist. They don't give a fuck about you. You shouldn't give a fuck about them. You got to take care of yourself. You got to own yourself and make the best of whatever your situation is. On the other hand, at the same time, it is also true that everybody should wake up to the fact that these motherfuckers will print trillions of dollars. And then what you'll notice is the gas is more expensive. The diesel's more expensive. The oil companies are making their bread. Okay. The banks are getting their money and everything. But did you get a raise commensurate with how much more you have to pay for everything? No, that's the last thing that happens. The very last thing on the food chain is the people who have to pay for this shit. So like all that money goes to these elite mega billionaires first. And then it makes its way eventually to like, hey, you know what? You've been paying out of the ass for bread for a whole year. We gave you a 4% raise.
Right.
Like, well, all my expenses like tripled in the last 3 years. Thanks. I'll see if I can make ends meet somehow anyway. So that's I want to, I just wanted to point that out because you're right that like on a certain level, you digging yourself out the mud makes it to where you're a little more impervious to that. But at the same time, it would be hella cool, right? If you did all that shit and also like they weren't fucking putting your eyes out for a loaf of bread.
True that. Now, having said all that, and work with you here because this is just a crazy thought. I don't think that America will ever get to the point to where it falls or it becomes like what was that country that
Banana Republic?
Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
What country was it that Robert Mugabe ran? Was it Zimbabwe?
Zimbabwe, yeah.
Okay. I remember back in 2008, their economy bottomed out. And I remember it was a reporter from the freaking BBC. Man went to the grocery store with $1 billion of their currency and walked out with 2 cans of soup and a newspaper.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't think
in a wheelbarrow he carried his money.
Yeah. I don't
walked out with a little paper sack.
It's like for all the debt that we owe and for all the trade deficits and everything like that, notice that things get popping off. I was listening to I forget his name, but basically it was some talk show host out of Portland, and he was like, "Look here, man. If the bank loans you $1 million and you can't pay it back, you got a problem. If the bank loans you $1 trillion and you can't pay it back, they got a problem. You know what I mean? So I think it's some mutual agreement, between the freaking money boys and the powers that be. Like, look here, man, we'll let it get to the edge and then slowly pull it back, which goes back to that whole ebb and flow I was talking about. Like, they'll get it bad enough to where they'll convince a lot of people, see, you motherfuckers need us, man. You better do this, do that. and then it gets right back up on top. You know what I'm saying? Then like maybe 3-4 years down the road, boom, you dip back down again. You know what I mean? It's just riding the wave at this point, man. You just got to be able to see it on the corner, see it around a freaking market correction. You know what I'm saying? Basically, make sure that your house is in order, so that if and when the shit does hit the fan, it doesn't hit your fan. That's where I'm at right now. You know, so I'm making sure that I'm in, that my house is in order.
So you're upwind of the fan too.
What's up?
You got to be upwind of the fan too.
Yeah, exactly. You just got to be upwind of the fan. Most definitely.
So I agree with you, and I think that that they do that. But at the same time, government is awful at everything. They're terrible at everything, and they're also terrible. They're also terrible at this. And one of the things that they've done in the past year is, we talked a little bit about it earlier. There is a shit ton of people that went, oh, fuck, government is nothing but criminals. As soon as you do that, you're an anarchist. As soon as you realize that the fucking government is nothing but criminals, you're an anarchist. So they created a whole shit ton of us. I think I'm hopeful that you're wrong, that anarchy will happen in our lifetimes. I don't necessarily think that it will in our lifetimes, but I'm hopeful that it will. But how it's going to happen isn't going to be a big explosion. It's not going to be just things go kaboom. It's going to dwindle away.
People just removing themselves from the system. Yeah.
Just stopping. I mean, in the past 5 years, I've increased, my firearm ownership. I've increased the amount that I grow my own food. I have storage of food. I've invested in Bitcoin. I have done everything in 5 years that I can do to try to make them irrelevant in my life. And I'm not alone. There is a shit ton of people out there that are doing that exact same thing. So one of these days, it's just going to fizzle out. The government is going to say, hey, we need you to put a mask on. And people are going to go, who the fuck are you?
Quincy's going to say, bitch, I don't even have a shirt on. What the fuck are you talking about?
For real. And I see you bitches ain't put no damn $10 in the pot yet, so the shirt stays off.
Right? Solidarity.
And share this.
You are talking real spit right here. I would like to add on that, if you don't mind. Like, yes, get your gold, get your silver, get your Bitcoin, your guns, and your ammo. Also, get your asses in shape, okay? Because let's be real, there's a lot of people on Twitter talking heavy, but couldn't walk them out to save their life. You know what I mean? Like, what good is having your pack and your kit if you can't, carry that 40 pounds pack? A motherfucking block or two. You know what I'm saying?
True.
I'm not saying go right out and just start doing 6 hours a day, but do something.
Yeah.
I started at 5 push-ups a day. Now my ass is at 20 push-ups a day, and I've been doing my yoga. But shout out to the DDP yoga. You know what I'm saying? I'm on week number 7 right now. I'm way more limber than I was 7 years ago.
Let's go.
7 weeks ago. Seriously, do something. Start and continue. Just again, all that equipment is useless if you can't carry it. You know what I mean? Just saying.
No, factual.
No. Yeah, that's one of the things. One of the benefits of the joining our Patreon and getting in our Telegram chat. We've got Daryl, who's the agorist prepper, who's dropping game on us all the time in there, and also Michael had a really good point to your point, Quincy, about going out there and like. Okay, so you got your bug out bag, you got all your shit ready to go, but where are you going to go? Well, Michael suggested like go out, a weekend a month, and like with your kids, and show them like where to go, where's your meetup spot, find a place in the woods, walk there, like actually go through the process of what that would be like if you had to do that. Where are you going to go? Where are you gonna set up shop to where you can actually execute some of this stuff? Because otherwise. Yeah, you got like, yeah, man, I'm ready. Because I remember that this happened a while back. I'm someone I know close to me was like, oh, I'm ready now. I feel so much safer now. Why? I got a gun. I'm like, have you gone and shot it yet? No, I don't. Like,
I don't need to.
I think you're probably less safe now than you were before you had it then.
Yeah.
because if you don't know how to use it, it's actually probably, I don't know, it's a toss up as to whether or not you're safer with it than you were without it. And so like all of that stuff, like it comes back to being in a position to actually, I mean, we've all seen, whether it's Batman or, all the superhero shit and everything, this shit they don't just roll out of bed and it's like, hey, you know what? I decided that I'm going to have all this cool shit and I'm going to just know how to use it. Like, no, they like spend every waking hour perfecting their craft of how to use this stuff. Right. And I'm not saying we have the time or the resources to do that, but we got to take what we can and learn what we can so that we're as prepared as we can be.
Very true.
Facts. I got a friend in Utica, New York. And shout out to Utica. That is a damn fine city. He used COVID to his advantage, you know what I'm saying, and just started walking everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Walking to the grocery store, walking to the bodega, whatever. Man, it's like 200 pounds, you know what I'm saying, in like 2 years. Like 200 damn pounds, you know what I'm saying? Like Lily, all he does is walk. He still eats like a 5-year-old, drinks like a fish, but he just walks everywhere. I mean, he walks about, anywhere. It's basically that whole 10,000 steps a day. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's it. And that alone got him down because he used to be about 5'10", and he's about 281 right now. You know what I'm saying? And he's getting smaller.
That's impressive. When you said 5'10", I was like, wait, this dude grew? He got taller? And then I was like, oh, you 510 pounds. Damn.
Correct.
Damn, that's impressive.
One of my goals is to get on the 400 and then get on the 300. You know what I'm saying? And those are my two biggest goals for the end of the year. You know what I mean? Dead ass on that. Hey, and it will happen.
Pro tip.
Let's go.
Pro tip: this year is a great year for working out. It's the year of the tiger, and it's got master building quality energies. Tigers are known for their fitness, so bust your ass this year, and your goals it'll be a lot easier to do it this year, to say the least.
Correct, man. Correct. Yeah. Like I said, it's never too late to unfuck yourself. Never.
Mm-hmm.
Never.
Sure. Yeah, Amber and I were talking about that. Amber's my wife. We were talking about this today. That I've got arthritis real bad in my legs and my hips and my ankles, but I need to stretch because I'm getting to where like it's hard to bend my knees and those kinds of things. So I'm going to start doing a bunch of fucking like exercises every day just for stretching. And then my eventual goal is, because right now there's no way I could walk a mile. There's no fucking way. I couldn't do it because my legs would say, fuck you, about a half a mile into it because I got real bad arthritis. But I've got to get myself limber. And once I do that, then that's my plan. I'm pretty much a vegetarian at this point. My wife's a vegetarian and I eat chicken, but that's about it. So my diet's pretty good, but I just got to get it to where my activity is more. So I'm working on that myself.
Stretch out and a warm
DDP
shower
yoga.
tub.
It's $5 a month. DDP yoga, man.
DDP.
Listen, I'm literally on the senior citizen program from a bed to a chair. You start out the first 5 weeks. Mm-hmm. Your workout is in the bed, just doing leg kicks, stretching your legs, stretching your arms out, and everything like that. And there's a dude in there who is, 71, and he makes my ass look little. But he's doing, I'm just like, well, if he can, I freaking damn sure can. You know what I mean? There's another guy in there. He's 83 and up there still doing it. DDP yoga, brother. $5 a month. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, say the word, I will pay for your first month, brother. That's how I'm not. Listen,
thank you.
I'm not a paid spokesman. They ain't paying me to sell this. I'm just going by the results of what I see in my body. That shit will limber you the fuck up. Okay, each workout is like 15 minutes at a time. Everybody's got 15 minutes. Okay, seriously, 15 minutes. It's nothing. It's nothing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. For sure.
Yeah.
We saw you already, Cannon. You all got to come in with your. I saw you come in with. Cannon got 2 accounts. No, No, everybody doesn't know that. Anyway, he came in with the wrong one first.
Two accounts, put $5 on each account, man. So I quit my shirt.
That's right.
Yes,
look.
It's okay. All you need to do
had his shirt off for like 30 minutes.
Look, I've been through that. If you getting cold, Quincy, you'll start shivering, and once you start shivering, you'll start to sweat. That's what I had to do when cutting weight. So,
you know what? I'm starting to think your nasty ass audience like seeing these big old boys over here.
I think they do.
Like,
I think they do, man.
And so far, it's all been dudes in the chat, and they
I know. Where's Natasha when you need her?
It's in $5 yet. What's wrong with y'all? What's wrong with y'all?
Oh shit!
If we get banned, man.
Right for nudity. For titties.
Oh Lord, the liberty movement.
Quincy, why you didn't put some pasties on before you took that shirt off, man?
Oh, some pasties. Get out of here, man. What pasties? I ain't got no pasties. There you go. Man. Listen, I'll be honest with you. I'm glad that we're at where we're at, because now a lot of people are starting to see behind the veil, behind the curtain.
Mm-hmm,
They're starting to see that, you know, maybe a politician doesn't give a fuck about you. Maybe your president doesn't really give a fuck about you. You know what I'm saying? If this does get back to Joe Biden, he's a bitch ass nigga for telling me I ain't black because I ain't vote for you. Motherfucker. But anyway, you know what I'm saying?
People didn't catch on. Like I bring that up to my father. Like, you know, this old crusty white dude just said you're not black because you didn't vote for him. And I'm like, do you not? Is there not conflicting logic in that? Like, he called like your great cousin like from down the street a cockroach, man. Like,
listen. All right, I don't want to get into
change, man.
Yeah, listen, I don't want to get into a whole thing about the racism that comes from words or anything like that, with all the stuff that's going on with Joe Rogan and everything else. But I'll say this much: if Joe Rogan saying that stuff on a show makes people more upset than Joe Biden creating policy directly targeted at throwing black people in jail, I don't understand. Like, call me crazy, but like the man really like was calling people all kind of weird shit, calling saying he didn't want his grandkids to grow up in the jungle and all this other kind of bullshit. Like, this is like real racism is right. the kind of shit that gets people put in jail and like doesn't invite people to parties or shit like that because of the way that they look.
For sure. But I gotta quote Osho, man. The reason for all that shit is because democracy is basically means government by the people, of the people, for the people, but the people are retarded. You know, this motherfucker is nailed that nail on the head. People are fucking stupid a lot.
But we're not even a democracy though, brother. We're not even a democracy.
For sure. I get it. I understand. I get that we're a republic. I'm just saying that these people don't, that they, and I'm sorry, the people they send to Washington, making us a republic makes it even worse, because those people are the dumbest of the dumb. That dude from Georgia that thought that if we got too many people on Guam, it'd flip the fuck over. You know?
Ron Johnson, I believe his name was. Ron Johnson, yeah. You know, but you put it this here. More to your point, I would say that's more on the people who do vote. If you think about it, the people in Congress, they enjoy a re-election rate of like 80%. That's on people who vote, you know what I'm saying? Because like everybody has this mindset that says, you know what, Congress sucks, but not my politician. Right. So I'm gonna vote for them. No, sir, no, ma'am, no, them, they, whatever the fuck. It's your politician as well. They suck. Mm-hmm. Vote all them bitches out. Put some term limits in. You know what I'm saying? And then let's go from there. You know, like people keep telling me to run for office, and to be quite honest with you, I said this on Pete Keona's website a while ago. I don't know if y'all rock with him or not, but
Sure,
I
good
said on him. I did have some people with very, very deep pockets that they really want me to run for office, and I'm like, maybe this close to, maybe doing it, but it would be on a local scale. And I already told them if I were to run, it would be 2 terms and I'm out, because being a politician is a service, not a career. You ain't supposed to be in Congress for 30, 40 years, man. That's just stupid, bro. That's just stupid. Look, I remember 2 months ago, Dead Kennedys, right? I don't know if you ever heard of that band, right? Dead Kennedys?
For sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, gee.
They had a concert in 1985, and they set off the concert, bitch in the morning about Dianne Feinstein. That heifer is still in motherfucking Congress. 1985, bro. That's an issue. That's an issue right there, bro. Like, honestly, like if you've been in Congress more than 6 years, bye, Felicia. You gotta go. Like, let's just start put like this here. I want Congress to change over so many times at the federal level that almost nothing gets done. You know what I'm saying? That way they can just keep doing what the 18 enumerated powers says that they're supposed to do. Everything else can go to the state or the county or the city or the people, or just doesn't get done.
Sure.
Federal government, keyword federal, way too big. Yeah. Way too big. Okay, there's 2.1 million federal employees. That's too much. That's too much. And I don't know if I know this or not, but you notice every time that the government goes into shutdown, whatever, it's all the non-essential employees who go home, right? Okay. Let me ask you a question. I just said that there's 2.1 million federal employees. How many do you think are deemed non-essential? Take a wild guess.
1 million. 2.1 million.
I wish. of that 2.1 million, 800,000 are deemed non-essential, meaning that if their jobs went away, the federal government can still function. Right. But that's the question: if they're not essential, why are they still there? Why are they still there? Get them the fuck up out of there, man. Take your ass around a Safeway or something, or the Carl's Jr. Work there or some shit, man. What the hell?
For sure.
How did Big say? Don't be mad. UPS is hiring. Come on now.
For sure.
Right. So I gotta take an opportunity real quick to push back on something. We were talking about how the country is run by the idiots who vote or whatever. So here's my thing. Like, technically, the idiots who vote and vote the way that they vote are the people who are responsible for participating in the system, but the shit's run by the people who pick the people who we get to vote for in the first place. But there's a ray of hope. All right, so I'm looking at it. 2020, there was record turnout for the vote. 66.3% of registered voters actually voted. Now, that's not counting non-registered voters. That's just registered voters. There's like, it's actually closer to like 50%, maybe 55% actually voted of the people who are eligible to vote, not registered or registered. So I'm saying, what if all of us were just like, hey, you know what? This one time, we're all going to actually vote. We're not voting for anything. Like, we could have unseated this whole damn thing. Like, we could have gotten rid of the entire Congress, both presidential candidates, everything. And so that's all I was going to say is, like, yes, the country is the voting a huge chunk of people that are very easily manipulated are the ones who are voting. But what they're voting for is the people who are like the puppet masters that just are like, hey, who do you want? You want Joe Biden, or you want John McCain, or you want Barack Obama? I'm like, that's my choices. Neither one.
Man, I mean, I really would call them idiots per se. I would just say that when it comes to voting, the reason why I stopped voting, and I've not voted since the 2014 midterm elections, and even then I voted 3 times in my entire life. I voted in 2000 because of Vince McMahon and the SmackDown Your Vote campaign. I voted in 08 because I was dumb and stupid and voted for Obama for no other reason because he was black. And I voted in 2014 in the midterm elections. I'm just like, these bitches don't care, man, at all. You know what I'm saying? It's like I remember in 2016 when it was Trump and Clinton. I remember on election day I put out one tweet and then turned off my freaking notifications. Like, look here, I'm not because I don't even care. I don't care who wins, be it Trump or Clinton. I still got to get up tomorrow morning, inspect my truck, get on the road, and drive 747 goddamn miles. Trump and Clinton ain't got a goddamn thing to do with that because I'm going to hit my numbers regardless.
Mm-hmm.
I hit send, and then it was, freaking anime soundtracks, Miles Davis and Slayer for the rest of the day because I didn't care. I didn't want to hear
Miles Davis and Slayer. Is that what you said?
Anime soundtracks, Miles Davis and Slayer. My music collection is all over the board. All over the board.
Nice.
I love it. See, what's so crazy? Like there was one time where you were showing what you were listening to, and it was some death metal band or something like that, and I'm listening to like 80s R&B, and I was just like, if this ain't it, like I don't know what is. Like,
listen, brother. I can go from 80s R&B to death metal to bluegrass to polka in like the span of an hour. You know what I'm saying? Like seriously,
Yeah.
But it's like the freaking day after the election, 2016. I remember I got up, looked at what website was it? MSNBC, and I was just like, shit, the nigga actually pulled it off. All right, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, turned my phone off, got on the road, and still put in my 747 damn miles. And I give a damn about who the president is because I still got a job to do. And I'm going to do my job regardless of a law or ordinance. You know what I'm saying? And to put that in terms of like now, like I remember when everybody had them on mask mandates, which I'm going to say right now, I don't care what you see on Twitter or the media. I've literally been in every state in the continental U.S. The rules about masks have come down considerably. Okay, I remember. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen the videos of people making a big fuss about the mask, and I'm setting it up and doing it. First of all, you're cussing at somebody that probably makes $10 an hour that had no implementation of this rule at all. Why are you cussing the damn barista at Starbucks? They didn't make stuff.
That ain't their fault.
I'm just saying, like, they don't like wearing the mask as much as you don't like wearing it. As far as me personally, do I like wearing a mask? No. At the same time, I don't have to like it. I'm a go-getter. If wearing this BS mask that I've never washed, that I've stepped on, if wearing that means I need to get out of the warehouse that much faster, again, I'm a greedy capitalist pig. Okay, I don't have to like it. I just got to do it. Pay me, for real.
Yeah, my rule with masks are I won't wear one unless I'm getting paid for it. And and that means that if I have a job that requires it, then I'm going to wear one. I'm lucky enough not to. But I'm only going to wear one if I'm getting paid to. Now, if I go, which I have, I didn't throw a big ass fit to them, but I've gone to get my hair cut and they told me I had to wear a mask and I walked out. I will never go to Great Clips again because of it, because I'm not going to wear a mask to get my hair cut when they're going to ask me in 3 minutes to take my mask off so I can get my hair cut. That's the stupidest shit in the world. I'm not going to do it. And they're not paying me. I'm paying them. I'm certainly not going to pay them for me to put a mask on. Not doing it. But if you want to pay a motherfucker, dude, if they gave me $1 million, I'd wear one in my car like the morons that fucking you see that driving down the road. $1 million, fuck yeah, put that motherfucker on all the goddamn.
Hey man, put it this year. My mask literally says "sit on my face." You know what I'm saying? So if
do you have it? I want to see that again. Where is it? You don't have it with you? Damn.
I mean, it is. I mean, like you said, I do what I gotta do to get the job done. I ain't gotta like it. I just gotta do it. Again,
Right.
I can't speak for nobody else but me. I'm playing catch up. Okay, I'm doing all this now, so I don't have to do it later. And if wearing that mask now means that I don't have to wear it later when I'm sitting on my 100 acres in the middle of nowhere, you know what I'm saying, surrounded by parasite women and ample amounts of, apples and weed, so be it. So be it.
For sure. I'm with you, man.
Interesting.
So I think it's been an amazing ride with you, Quincy, and definitely hit me up at some point, and I'll see what I can do about getting you a backdrop. All you'll have to do is get me the design, and
it should be an ass.
Dude,
Listen, I actually have a few designs that I need to get printed on some bucket hats and flash. Yeah, I would definitely hit you up on something. You know what I'm saying? For real.
Sure. And if you want to set your own, it's really easy. It's not the greatest quality in the world, but you can set up a bunch of shit on Teesprings real easy.
Mm-hmm.
And
I've had this thing for almost 2 years now.
I've thought about that, but and like what always stops me is like I don't have a address to where I can sit there and bag up stuff and send it out. I lived in my truck, and I've been living in my truck for about a year and a half. Matter of fact, June will be 2 years of me living in my truck because it's like after me and my girl split up, I'm just like, you know what? I don't really see a point in paying rent or something that I might see once every 2 months. So I live in the truck, save up my money. You know what I'm saying? And be honest with you, I'm prepared to live in the truck for the next 5 years, or until the country gets its shit together, whichever one comes first. And I'm humble and I'm grateful for that. But I have an opportunity because I know a lot of people don't. You know what I mean? But once I get an actual address, yeah, I can see myself, you know what I'm saying, getting a Teespring and a 3D printer. Pew pew. But whatever.
Well, no, okay. So Teespring is I mean that's just like you upload your designs and it does everything
all of
for
it,
you, and they'll send it to whoever. So like all you have to do is you just put a link in your Twitter like, hey, buy my shirt here, and then they go buy your shirt for $25 or whatever, and it mails it to them, and you don't do anything. All you do is design it.
Teespring does all the work.
Yes. Yeah.
All you gotta do is design. Like I said, hit me up.
Hit us up.
I'll get you hooked up.
Yeah.
But
then two things. Number one, y'all can look out for them new limited edition BBW t-shirts. Number two, the price just went up. Sorry.
Nice.
Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate the love for the shirt. And I gotta say this before we get off of this conversation, because this was great. We were in the middle of the conversation about presidents and voting and all that stuff. He said, I think the last 2 candidates for any position you'd have to duel for it, test their resolve. I really want to see someone beat the shit out of Chuck Schumer.
Boy, listen. There are so many politicians. I just want to line up like the fucking Three Stooges. Like, what the hell? Hey, you know what? And I'm starting with the Democrats, and here's why.
Can you grab Lori real quick?
What's up?
Can you come grab Lori?
Lori Lightfoot.
He lives in Chicago.
Come grab Lori, fam. She getting on my last nerve.
Lori Lightfoot's that Beetlejuice ass looking woman from Chicago.
First of all, Lori Lightfoot looks like my uncle. First and foremost.
Okay. She might be your uncle, Quincy. She might be your uncle.
She looks like she needs to have a Newport behind her left ear and like working the household, you know, on the side of Chicago. I said it. She dead ass looks like my uncle for real, B. All she needs is a pencil thin mustache and she can be my uncle. I'm not even kidding about that.
Can somebody in the chat hook us up with the mustache Lightfoot real quick?
Man, listen, bro. When it comes to these politicians, again, they don't care about y'all. I don't know if y'all seen this picture of Stacey Abrams in a classroom. Everybody's masked up but her.
Right.
Why? Again, it's rules for thee, not for me, which is just stupid. Absolutely stupid. again, people, if you don't see it for the scam that it is, that's on you, and you get no sympathy from me. I'm not sorry, not sorry. Y'all spent the better part of 2 years looking down on me and my kind, me and my ilk with the dirty, unwashed masses. You get no love from me, bro. Nah, like you can wipe away your own tears. You can wipe away your own tears. I just don't want to hear it. Those that want the help, I got you. Spots alone. Come on in. Rest of you niggas, best of luck, okay? And I'm gonna end it with this shit because I always do. Anybody's watching this or we're watching in the future, don't give up. Don't give these bitches the satisfaction because that's just what they want you to do. They want you to throw in the towel. They want you to be like, I quit, man. I just can't do this no more. No, don't do that. Keep going. Love yourself. Love your friends. Love your family. If you ain't got friends and family, then goddamn it, you still got yourself. Love yourself. Take care of your health. And that goes for the mental health as well. Take care of your health and your wealth. Again, make sure that when the shit is the fan, it doesn't hit your fan. I learned a long time ago the hard way. You can't save everybody. And if you tried, you'd end up saving nobody. I'm not saying be a heartless bastard. I'm just saying take care of yourself first and then help who you can. It's like I'm all for liberty and freedom. I'm for personal responsibility above all else. Because if you're not responsible for your own actions, how can you ever get liberty and freedom? I remember Hotep Jesus said it best, man. Like, if you don't control your own life, someone else will. And if somebody who personally was not in control of his own life for a while, that sucks. I don't know what's that. I'm my worst enemy. You know what I mean? So it's like control your life. You can control your narrative. Then you can go about trying to help who you think is worthy of being helped. You know what I'm saying? Read some books, drink some water, do some push-ups, something.
Right on.
Right.
And Quincy, I want to make sure that you are aware, because you're out there, salt of the earth people, delivering the shit that we need every day. If you're going through Indianapolis, hit me up. You'll get yourself a free hot meal. Just hook.
Hey, you know what? I will take you up on that because I'm not gonna lie. That is one of the downsides of trucking. I don't get too many home cooked meals. I think I had 6 last year. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, if you want to take time on your busy schedule to put something on a plate that I didn't have to speak into a microphone to get, or didn't come in a bag full of grease, I'm here for it. Okay,
right on.
The same thing goes for if you're traveling down that I-10 corridor and you go through anywhere between like East Mississippi and West Mississippi and East Texas. You know where you got me. You got my number. So
hey, listen. Are you near? Well, are you
I'm in Baton
100
Rouge.
miles of Biloxi, Mississippi?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm actually over that way a good bit. I'm actually over that way a good bit in Gulfport. So,
man, oh God, I love Gulfport, dude. There's actually a Love's truck stop over there.
Yeah.
And everything. And I was able to stop there and got some Uber Eats. That seafood down there is ridiculous.
Yo. I gotta if we ever get to link up over there, I gotta take you. There's this spot that we go to. It's called the Rack House. That man, they have their steaks off the chain, seafood off the chain. I mean, it's good shit.
I ordered a 10-piece of shrimp, and these shrimp was about the size of this knife right here, dog. He was nuts.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that ain't no joke, bro.
I would offer up my house, but
my bad. If there's anyone watching this and kind of confused about what to do, come at me. Okay, let's see if we can put you in a truck. Because I'm telling you, it's never been a better time to be a truck driver. This is a recession-proof industry. No matter if there's a convoy going on or the economy's in the tank, shit has got to go from point A to point B. And that's where we come in. Okay, and the money is ridiculous. Okay, even on a slow week, you can guarantee yourself $1,000, even on a slow week, and that's after taxes. Now, if you hustle, like I did, and will once I get back on the road. Let's see. My best week was $3,000 in 1 week, which is not too shabby. And mind you, this is as a company driver, not even owning no own truck. I did $3,000 after taxes. Now, granted, I earned
after taxes?
penny after taxes $3,000.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I walked with $3,000. Now again, I earned every single damn penny of that damn money, because I remember when COVID first started, they had these essential loads to where you don't have to worry about the freaking the hours of service, and it was outlaw trucking, baby, outlaw trucking. Like I literally made it from LA to Jacksonville, Florida in under a weekend.
Wow!
Ha!
Oh my God!
Damn!
I'm just saying, the money is here. The money is here. If you're looking to like do something with your life that you don't know what to do, or looking to change your career, holla at your boy. Holla at your way. Matter of fact, there are companies that will pay for your CDL training, provided you drive for them for X amount of time. Which, let me give a plug to the homie at Chris Lee TV. Okay, at Chris Lee TV. That gentleman can definitely put you on the right track. You know what I'm saying? As far as getting your CDL license. That ass.
Nice. Cool.
Excellent.
Again, it's been great having you. Thank you for gracing our platform with your titties and with your opinions. It was an amazing ride. I've laughed a lot. I've enjoyed a lot. It's been awesome. Chad, Nicco, you guys got anything to add?
No,
go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. What Quincy?
I appreciate all of you on. This is fun. This is great. I'm a little bit disappointed that none of your listeners put in the $10. You nasty heathens want to see all this damn man meat over here. You know what I'm saying? Damn all that. This might be the one occasion where the price goes down. Okay, I might just charge $5 next time to put the shirt back on.
But no, look, for real though, you're an inspiration. And I want you, because I know like we talk about a lot of this stuff where like some of this shit can wear on you, can weigh on you. Marcus and I were actually talking about that before we came on today. That sometimes like shit gets overwhelming. It can be a little too much. And sometimes it's hard to get out of bed, and it's hard to like go out there and keep grinding because you feel like you've been grinding so hard for so long and you don't see like a light at the end of the tunnel. But I just want you to understand like how much, just for me on the outside, just watching as you through your multiple different Twitter accounts, as you have continued on your grind and your growth and everything, and the way that you approach it, and the vibrancy, the life, and the sense of humor that you have about all this stuff, it really makes it to where it's like, man, like, look, everybody out there should be able to look at this and say, like, there's nothing any of us can't do. We all have it in us. We just got to be able to dig down deep and find it, and to have, the biggest thing is have that sense of humor about shit, because I know for me it's been what's kept me out of the ditch. My ability to laugh at myself and to laugh at the circumstances around me has kept me from going crazy myself.
Why do you think that they've been trying so hard on cancel culture to cancel comedy? You feel me?
Mm-hmm. Hey man, I mean, it's real simple, man. You got to keep going because, in all honesty, what's the fucking alternative? Stop? No, no. It's like this here.
You're right.
I made a video this morning at 2:00 in the morning. It's like me doing 20 push-ups for the people who said I was just talking my ass and I'm really doing them. No, I'm doing them. Okay, because you really only have one life. This is not a rehearsal. This is not a fucking rehearsal. You don't get a fucking do-over when it comes to life. You got one of these motherfuckers. You might as well make the fucking most of it, bro. Whatever that may be. I know that may sound cliche as hell, but it's just like, God damn it works. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to keep going. Otherwise, you are going to let them win. You're gonna give them the satisfaction, and then you go into that light, and them niggas are still gonna be laughing at you. No, man. Like, you were talking to somebody who has hit rock bottom multiple times. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, as recently as 2 months ago, I got screwed over out of my last job and lost everything, all my savings. You know, we're talking about to get 25 grand gone. You know what I'm saying? Because I got screwed over. And yeah. And I hit rock bottom. And without going into too many details, what stopped me from, going all the way was just like, you know what? You do know if you do that, you ain't going upstairs, you're going downstairs, and there's going to be all your detractors laughing at you like, told you that fat motherfucker can't handle it. I didn't want that. You know what I'm saying? So I freaking, fell back to the L, you know what I'm saying, and regrouped, refocused. And like I said, I'll be back on the road in 2 weeks. And again, I'm going to say it for you guys. It ain't said for you people out there once you get back on the road, but it's just, you have to keep going. You just have to. Because to just like give up, unless you have like terminal cancer or something, or 6 months to live, okay, I totally get that. You don't want to be in pain anymore. But for the rest of you motherfuckers, I lost my job. There's other jobs out there. I lost my house and my woman. There's other houses and women's out there. You know what I'm saying? Keep going. Keep going. I remember somebody said success is the greatest form of revenge, and they're right. They're right. Success is right the greatest form of revenge, man. You know what I mean? It's like, if you really want to make them mad, be great. Be great.
Yep. And even if you believe in reincarnation and you don't believe that you only have one life, how do you think your next life starts if you fuck this one up? You know, like you got to make the most out of this one regardless.
Facts. Yeah. Facts.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. Y'all get it?
Appreciate you for coming on the platform, boss. And
hey, man, thank y'all for having me, man. Again, if I'm in your area, because I know my man Chad is up in Indy. My man over here is in. Oh no, Chad's in.
He's in Baton Rouge.
I'm in Louisiana. Yeah.
My man's in Indy. Nick, I don't know.
I'm in Chicago, my G. I'm right off like 290 in Chicago.
Oh, you're in Chicago, sir. Shout out to the goddamn rib tips. Look out.
Yes, sir. You know about it. You
know what? What's that damn joint up there, man? I'm having a brain fart, bro. Hold up.
Wait, does it start with the?
It starts with a P.
Portillo's.
Yes. Oh my God, Portillo's. Yeah. Oh my God. Listen. Yeah. I probably should eat as much of it as I do, but man, that goddamn Italian beef sandwich, boy.
Have you had a cake shake? You ever had cake shake before?
The who?
The cake shake.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yeah, you know about it. You already know about it.
Oh, Portillo. Which
next time you come out here,
if you're ever in Tampa, there's actually a Portillo's down there too. Go figure.
Hey, next time you're out here, I'm gonna get us some Heralds, and you can parlay.
Boy, yes, because every time I'm in Chicago, I never had time to stop and go get some Heralds. And I want to try a real deep dish pizza because I never had.
No, actually, even though Giordano's is our most known, there's a deep dish spot that's out in the south suburbs, and it's Cardarnello's. And oh my God, you will drive you would drive there personally to get another one. Like, it don't matter how far. It's love,
man.
That's you know what? I'm in for it. Like, the freaking traffic in Chicago can suck balls, but the food is ridiculous, dude. It took me 45 minutes to go 9 miles.
Hey, look,
look, God.
I don't know where my tax dollars go. Okay,
it definitely doesn't go to the road.
Lori Lightfoot's hairdo.
Oh my God!
What?
She's
what
getting ripped off.
Man?
She must be getting one of them Pentagon hairdos though, where it's like $9 billion for a toilet seat.
Right.
Hey man,
that's the most expensive.
What hairdo? Like Lori Lightfoot went out to the zoo skinned down a sheep and just put the hair on her head, man. Get out of here.
That's what I'm saying. She had to pay a bunch of shit for that, man.
Hey, but look. I sent you way back when, like years ago, the link to this place. There's this little po' boy spot in Lake Charles. It's right there off of 210, off that loop.
Oh yeah,
whatever. But it's terrible for trucks. Like you can barely get a car through their parking lot. So what I probably have to do is you have to hit me up and I'll go get you one and I'll like bring it to wherever you are or something like that. Because you ain't getting a truck through there. But yeah, we gotta find you the eating spots all around the different places where
you know what?
Hey, just start a foodie channel.
That's right.
Just start a foodie channel.
People keep saying it because I'll be honest with you. One of the perks about being a truck driver, I get to try regional food that a lot of people don't get to try.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like with, I'm gonna say this shout out to Phoenix, Arizona. I don't know how they did it, but they've got restaurants in that area that isn't germane to the area. Like there's a White Castle in Phoenix. There's a Whataburger in Phoenix. I'm just like,
that's cool.
I have tasted some of the best food in the best regions. Shout out to Kansas City Barbecue. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the seafood down there in Mississippi. Matter of fact, the whole area of like East Texas and West Louisiana, all them freaking boudin balls.
Oh shit, yeah, bro.
And the freaking meat pies.
Yo, I had a boudin. My aunt, my birthday was a couple of weeks ago. My aunt made me a boudin king cake. So it's boudin on the inside, and then it's
boudin king cake.
Yes, boudin on the boudin on the inside. Boudin on the inside. Crescent rolls as the king cake, and then like maple syrup and like bacon and andouille sausage on top.
That should be illegal.
Bro, it was out of this world. Oh my god, it was out of this world.
Oh my goodness. Again, guys, this has been a blast. Like,
yeah, for real.
Always.
We can always spend another hour talking about food.
No shit. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We're not gonna keep you though.
Y'all having me on.
Yeah,
it's been a blast. You know what I'm saying? Again, don't give up hope. Love yourself, love your friends, love your family. Damn the man. Stop worrying about who's gonna pay for the fucking roads. You know what I'm saying? And just get your shit together. Please. Pretty please.
Yes, speaking volumes, answer your truths.
Right on.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. Been fun, and everybody stay free.
Peace out.